One of the more common questions you tend to get is, do I need a tank cover? Should I get a tank cover? Why are there tank covers? What kind of tank covers are there? What's the best one? So let's talk about all the different tank cover options, kind of what some people like, what some people don't like, and what I find appealing. Really, when we talk about tank covers, there's like two options. There's either Exalt rubber style ones that pretty much cover the whole tank, or neoprene tank covers that are like classic tank cover style that are made by a couple different companies. There we go. So that's the Valken 68 tank cover, and then that is a Exalt tank cover in medium for a 68 tank. The Valken tank cover is definitely just simple, really. It's just a cover. Adds a little bit of grip, but still not going to be as good as the rubber Exalt tank covers. Because they're neoprene, they can fit a bigger variety of tanks. So you could put, for instance, this 68 tank cover on like an 80 and a 77 and a 68. You could probably get it on like a 72 or something. So it fits a big variety of tanks. The Exalt tank cover is designed to add a little bit of grip to the back of a tank and provide protection. So on the bottom, if you line it up correctly with your gun, you can get the thicker parts of that rubber on the bottom so that if you're diving or dragging your tank on the ground or something like that, it keeps it looking good. They're definitely durable and will last forever. So there's mainly two different reasons why you're going to want a tank cover. One, the first, to add a little bit of grip to the back so the tank's not moving around as much. And then second, probably to protect it. So you spent $200 on a tank and you just don't want to get it scratched up. But at no point does that tank cover actually provide any protection. It takes so much force and like craziness to happen to be able to damage these tanks where they aren't safe anymore, that thin piece of neoprene or that little bit of rubber is going to do absolutely nothing. Like, you'd have to take the gun by the barrel and like repeatedly smash it over a rock or something. Like, it'd be crazy. So when I say adding a little bit of grip, I mean, like, let's put this on a gun really fast. This on a gun, right? It's gonna be super grippy in the back so that when I'm like running and shooting at stuff or snap shooting or just want to switch hands really fast, the tank's not sliding around and moving as much. It stays in place really well. But that's not just these rubber ones either, right? Like, so we get the same effect from these neoprene ones. It's just the rubber one's going to be even a little bit more grippy. So that still moves around a little bit, but not all that much. It's still much more stable and much more like grippier with this cover on than it would be without, or just, you know, raw tank on my shoulder. But if all you want is like some grip on the back of your tanks, having full tank covers are your only two options. Exalt also makes that product, the tank butt. So the Exalt tank grip really does one thing, as the name would imply, grip. Provides a little bit of grip to the back of the tank, but it is pretty thin, so don't expect it to provide any protection. So if you're diving a lot or crawling around the woods, you will scratch your tank up. This is not going to do anything. It just adds a little bit of grip to the back of a tank. So the tank butt is made of the same rubber that the tank cover is, just a little bit thinner, and then only designed to go around the back. So it's not going to really provide any protection. It just adds a little bit of grip to the back of the tank, so it feels the same on your shoulder as that rubber one would. These are a little bit cheaper. I think they're 16 bucks. The tank cover is 25. So it's a little bit cheaper if you don't want the full protection, you just want a little more grip. But I don't really like these. I find them a little bit too grippy. So if I like have gun on my right arm, I'm shooting right-handed, and then I go to switch to my left hand, sometimes I notice that like it takes like my whole shirt and everything with it, and it's just a little bit harder for me to shoot. So what I actually do is not use any real paintball product. I prefer to do that. Like, that's my tank. I wrap black athletic tape, some people call it hockey tape, around the back of the tank. I do like this tape option. It's a little more streamlined, it's simpler, it's not as grippy as the rubber though, which I like. And it feels somewhat like the actual tank cover, but it's not too slippery. I'm able to easily like drag the tank across my shoulder, and it still provides enough grip. I just don't like that bulky size of that tank cover, so I prefer that much more simple and like streamlinedness of just putting tape on the back of my tank. So I think that's, in a nutshell at least, what different tank cover options are, maybe why you should get one, why you shouldn't get one, what they do, what the different types are. If you have more questions about tank covers, like what size fits what or something like that, leave a comment below, we'll answer it. Check out more of these like paintball tip advice videos. We did like an all about compressed air tank one. I'm gonna put it right there. Whoa, I'm knocking tanks over. Check out the Paintball Ruin My Life store. Hit the square box or the circle one and subscribe.